So I call these my little Tiff-isms, right? People want to start businesses. They want to become entrepreneurs. They want to create legacy for themselves. And sometimes it's hard figuring out what type of business that you want to start, right? You want to start something that you're passionate about, number one, because if you lead with that and kind of fall in love with the process versus the money, you, in my opinion, you set yourself up for longevity. So, one of like my mantras, like affirmations or prayers, whatever you have it, is, I wake up every morning and say, God, make me the solution to somebody's problem, right? Heard that on a sermon, and I've been using it for the past couple of years. Like, Lord, today make me the solution to somebody's problem. So I think if you start with that, being solution-based to someone's problem, that's always how I've started all of my businesses. I've had several businesses, still have several businesses, and that's always my thing. Like, how can I help the situation, right? So when we started Be Donna's, right, we were in college, or we actually just graduated from college, but I was there, Tallahassee, Florida, shout out to FAMU. And we literally had no shoe stores. Like, we'd have to drive and fly miles just to get fly shoes. Like, we didn't want to just have, at that time, the department stores didn't have the great shoes. We wanted some fly, edgy shoes, and we'd have to go elsewhere to get it. So that was the problem. In Tallahassee, Florida is a party city, right? You got FAMU, you got Florida State. We needed banging shoes. So because we didn't have it, we became the solution to the problem for the city, and we blew up overnight. And that's because we found, there was a need and we filled it. Same thing with Bougie Hippie. Found myself in the pandemic going through some life things, God was working on me, removing people from my life, bringing new people into my life. It was a whole psychological process, having to be stuck in the house for a month. And I've always struggled with weight loss. Yo-yo, up and down, I lose, I gain, lose, gain, lose, gain. And I really had to, instead of taking that time out that God gave us during the pandemic and eating my problems away, I took that time as, okay, you have no distraction, you have no excuse, lose this weight. And I did lose the weight. And so that kind of led us with Bougie Hippie to sell products that were great for your health journey. Having the shapewear, making you look good in your clothing, right? We always want to look good in our clothing, right? Taking the right angles, making sure we smoothed out underneath the clothing, and of course, living your best life and health as well. So textbook wise, I was overweight, so the textbook says, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to feel better. I wanted to look better. I wanted to be able to control what I put in my mouth, like I was able to control all the other areas in my life that made me successful. So with both of those businesses are multi-million-dollar businesses to this day. And we started always starting being the solution to somebody's problem. So ask yourself, what's the problem? How can I fix the problem? It might be, whatever. It might be health-wise, it might be clothing-wise, it might be electronics, it could be apps. People are into convenience now. Look at Instacart. I spend so much money on Instacart. If you start a business for lazy people like moi, you usually get money. Uber Eats, Instacart. I hate going to the grocery store. I've always hated to go to the grocery store. So whoever started Instacart, they knew what they were doing. That was my problem. I'm good with cooking, but I don't want to cook the same day and have to go to the grocery store, and I just don't want to do that. So if I'm gonna cook, I need to order my groceries so I can focus on cooking, right? Not having to go get the food, pay for the food, get the food, then bring it back and lug the bags in, that kind of thing. So figure out what the problem is and how you can fix it. I watched, I forgot her name, but Honey Pot. I love the Honey Pot brand, right? And I remember seeing the backstory of the CEO, and she started Honey Pot because she had feminine issues, right? And that's a struggle that we all go through. So she made a product for herself that helps with her, feminine situations that we sometimes can't avoid. And products, what we put in our bodies and what we use kind of affects that. So whatever that may be to you, wake up in the morning, ask God, hey, Lord, make me the solution to someone's problem. And just whatever that is, that could be helping somebody. It might not even be, creating a business, but that kind of mantra, affirmation, prayer has always worked for me. So that's a Tiffism.